Are you making yourself sound like a textbook or like someone who actually speaks English? There's a small word in English that trips up even advanced learners, and that word is the. Most people think more articles make you sound more proper, more correct. But the truth is, overusing the makes you sound awkward and unnatural. Sophisticated English speakers know exactly when to drop the, and that precision is what separates fluent speech from translated speech. Today, I'm showing you the most common words that never take the article the. These aren't random rules. They're patterns that native speakers follow instinctively, and once you learn them, your English will sound immediately more polished. I'm Ms. Aisha, and I teach you to sound like you belong, not like you're translating. When you're talking about how you travel, you never use the before the mode of transportation. Don't say I travel by the train. Say I travel by train. Don't say she goes to work by the car. Say she goes to work by car. Don't say they arrived by the plane. Say they arrived by plane. The pattern here is simple. When you use the word by to describe transportation, the article disappears. By train, by bus, by car, by bike, by foot, by subway. No the. Now, if you're talking about a specific vehicle, the rules change. You can say, I'm waiting for the train, because you're referring to a particular train. But when you're talking about the method of travel itself, drop the. This is one of the fastest ways to sound more natural. Native speakers never say by the car or by the bus. It sounds immediately foreign. When you're talking about meals in general, you don't use the. Don't say I had the breakfast this morning. Say, I had breakfast this morning. Don't say, what did you eat for the lunch? Say, what did you eat for lunch? Don't say, we're going out for the dinner. Say, we're going out for dinner. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch. These words stand alone when you're talking about the meal as a concept or as a routine. However, if you're talking about a specific meal, you can use the. For example, the dinner we had last night was incredible. That's fine because you're referring to one particular dinner. But in general conversation, it's just breakfast, lunch, dinner. No the. This one is subtle but important. When you're using an institution for its intended purpose, you don't use the. Don't say, I go to the school every day. Say, I go to school every day. Don't say, she's in the hospital because she's sick. Say, she's in hospital because she's sick. Don't say, he went to the church to pray. Say, he went to church to pray. The logic here is that you're talking about the function of the place, not the building itself. Going to school means you're there to learn. Going to church means you're there to worship. Being in hospital means you're there as a patient. But if you're talking about the building or visiting for another reason, the comes back. I drove past the school on my way home. That's fine, because you're talking about the physical location, not the purpose. This distinction makes your English sound incredibly polished because it shows you understand nuance, not just rules. When you're talking about a language, you never use the. Don't say, I speak the English. Say, I speak English. Don't say, she's learning the French. Say, she's learning French. Don't say, he's fluent in the Spanish. Say, he's fluent in Spanish. Languages stand alone. English, French, Spanish, Mandarin, Arabic, no article needed. This is a mistake I hear constantly from learners, and it's one of the easiest fixes. Just remember, languages are treated like proper nouns in this context. You wouldn't say, I speak the John, so you don't say, I speak the English. When you're talking about playing a sport or doing an activity, you don't use the. Don't say, I play the soccer. Say, I play soccer. Don't say, she does the yoga every morning. Say, she does yoga every morning. Don't say, they enjoy the tennis. Say, they enjoy tennis. Soccer, basketball, yoga, tennis, running, swimming. All of these activities stand alone when you're talking about doing them. However, if you're talking about a specific game or event, the can come back. I watched the soccer match last night. That's fine, because you're talking about a particular match, not the sport in general. When you're talking about what you study, You don't use the. Don't say, I'm studying the mathematics. Say, I'm studying mathematics. Don't say, she's good at the history. Say, she's good at history. Don't say, he majored in the biology. Say, he majored in biology. Mathematics, history, biology, chemistry, literature. These are all subject names, and they don't take the. Again, if you're referring to a specific class or textbook, the rules change. I need to return the biology textbook. That's fine, but the subject itself is just biology. When you're talking about general abstract ideas, you usually don't use the. Don't say the love is important. Say love is important. Don't say the honesty is the best policy. Say honesty is the best policy. Don't say I believe in the freedom. Say I believe in freedom. Love, honesty, freedom, justice, peace. These abstract nouns stand alone when you're talking about them in a general philosophical sense. However, context matters. If you're referring to a specific instance, the might be appropriate. The love I have for my family is unconditional. That's specific, so the works. But in general statements about concepts, drop the article. It sounds more natural and more sophisticated. When you're talking about routine actions involving bed, work, or home, you don't use the. Don't say, I go to the bed at 10 p.m. Say, I go to bed at 10 p.m. Don't say, she's at the work right now. Say, she's at work right now. Don't say, he went to the home early. Say, he went home early. Notice that home doesn't even take to in this context. It's just went home, not went to home. These expressions are idiomatic, meaning they follow their own rules. Bed, work, and home in these contexts are treated as concepts, not physical objects. But again, if you're being specific, the can return. I need to move the bed to clean under it. That's fine because you're talking about the physical object. When you're talking about seasons in a general way, you usually don't use the. Don't say I love the summer. Say I love summer. Don't say the winter is my favorite season. Say winter is my favorite season. Don't say in the spring flowers bloom. Say in spring flowers bloom. Summer, winter, spring, autumn, fall. These stand alone in general statements. However, native speakers do sometimes use the with seasons for emphasis or when referring to a specific season. The summer of 2020 was unforgettable. That's acceptable because it's a particular summer, not the season in general. This one has some flexibility, but dropping the in general statement sounds cleaner and more natural. Here's what you need to understand. English articles aren't about rules you memorize. They're about patterns you internalize. The reason learners struggle with the is because they're translating from their native language, where articles work differently or don't exist at all. Sophisticated speakers don't think about whether to use the. They feel whether it belongs based on context. And the way you develop that feeling is through exposure and practice. Listen to how native speakers talk. Pay attention to when they use the and when they don't. You'll start noticing these patterns everywhere. And when in doubt, ask yourself this question. Am I talking about something general or something specific? General means no, the. Specific often means the. Never use the with these common words. Transportation methods like by train, by car, by plane. Meals like breakfast, lunch, dinner. Institutions when used for their purpose like school, hospital, church. Languages like English, French, Spanish. Sports and activities like soccer, yoga, tennis. Academic subjects like mathematics, history, biology. Abstract concepts like love, honesty, freedom. Routines with bed, work, and home. And seasons in general like summer, winter, spring. Master these patterns and your English will sound instantly more refined. Fluency isn't about knowing more words. It's about knowing which words to leave out. The sophisticated speaker understands that less is often more. Precision, not excess. If this lesson refined your grasp of English articles, subscribe. This channel is for those who understand that mastering English is about mastering subtlety. Until next time, speak with precision.